Alrighty, gamers, we are back, and today we have to talk about the teaser that JP and Global Dokkan just dropped for the upcoming Dokkan Fest that we should be seeing at the end of the month. I would imagine this is going to be within the next 5 to 6 days. We are going to be seeing the next banner. I think a good way to tell is looking at the Kalen Caulifla banner. I should probably pull that up here on my phone while I'm talking to you. But you guys can see there's not much to go off of. I wouldn't be surprised if this was just like an AI-generated image of a stick or a pole in the sand. Now, lots of theories that you could go off of with this, right? But I think I kind of want to hone in on 3 here, and we'll sort of go from there, right? Now, when it comes to a pole, there's not a ton, like, obviously the power pole is an integral part of like Dragon Ball, especially OG Dragon Ball, right? And then we do see that resurface in DAIMA, and these are kind of what we have to work off of here, right? I saw a theory from Celtic Link, I think it was. He said, like, I can kind of like show it right here. I'll show you what he wanted to say. It's a sundial because the shadow is telling me, the shadow is telling time, right? It's definitely Cope. But, you know, a lot of people have been talking about tank top trunks lately for who potentially it could be. But that is just kind of one thing that I could tell you. Now, the first one that I want to look at is going to be coming from D. Simons here, and that is going to be Majin Coup. Now, I could definitely see this being potentially something that we see, right? Just because of the way that things have gone with DAIMA, right? Where we've gotten a few Dokkan Fests for it now, or is it just one? No, multiple Dokkan Fests, excuse me, because of Goku and Glorio. But with that, you guys can see that he is holding on to a stick there, or like what looks to be a pole. And DAIMA is going to need representation throughout the year. I would imagine we're going to continue to get it. And I think this could be potentially a good time to release a Coup and Do that are not just like a banner unit, right? Because if they are relegated to being banner units, I think that is a bit disappointing, just because of the fact that we just... I think that they just kind of deserve to be a premium character, sort of just kind of in relativity to what they do to the plot, right? It would be cool to see a Majin dude that transforms into Super Saiyan 3, right? With the, you know, he mimics the Super Saiyan 3 hair. That would be really funny, and I think that would be an awesome moment. And then we could have like a coup. I think Mask Ningen said this, but it was like a coup that, it might have been Minato, I forget. We just talked about this earlier today on the podcast, but it was... like something that could be a Ghost Usher for Majin Coup would be him hitting Goma with the book, right? That's like, so he would hit the enemy with the book, and that would be a Ghost Usher. And that sort of be where we are at. And I think if we kind of combine these two characters into a reversible exchange, this would just be a really fun character that would probably be a skip because of where we're at, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But this is definitely a potential option here. Coup, Do, again, just trying to get stuff from DAIMA in here is what we need to be doing. Just trying to fill it out for the year, right? And then we can kind of cap it off, like everything in DAIMA is out, and then we can sort of cap off everything with an insane best unit in the game, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, maybe a corresponding additional LR that's like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta or Ultra Vegeta 1, whatever you prefer to call him, right? So that is where I think that this could potentially be with Coup and Do here. So I think that's a really good option for a Dokkan Fest right here. This could just be a throw-in Dokkan Fest. It's going to be an easy skip with the Global Dokkan campaign coming up, and I think that this is a pretty good choice. So thank you, D. Simons, for providing this image. Very nice to sort of give me a talking point for this specific video. Next, we're going to skip around here, and Coma is the one posting the GIF here, but I do see this around quite a bit. This is going to be Mercenary Tao. They just gave me a nice GIF for you guys to look at while I talk about this. So with this here, we have, you know, Mr. Mercenary Tao rides on this pole, right? You guys can see it here. This sort of lines up pretty well, right? You could see this kind of being like getting stuck in the ground after he would arrive somewhere, and I think that this would make a lot of sense. Now, from a standpoint of, do I want this? I would honestly say not really. But again, I think if they are going to do this, I kind of like the spot that they are putting this in, where this is, again, a skip. So I think that that's just like this. If there was ever a time to do a Dokkan Fest for Mercenary Tao, it would be right now. They're not taking up a major celebration like Saiyan Day with what we saw with Kid Goku. At least Kid Goku was good, right? And this Mercenary Tao could potentially be crazy, but I would say that in terms of significance to Dragon Ball, this is worthy of a Dokkan Festival exclusive character, but in terms of significance of what people want to see, I would probably say no, just because people are they don't get that excited for Dragon Ball, right? And there's obviously the crowd that does, and I can appreciate that, but we're just talking about the major perspective of players, and the idea that people just don't want to see Dragon Ball is unfortunately true, where just the hype is not there as much. And I don't think Mercenary Tao would do any better than a Kid Goku would, right? We're talking about the main character of the series, and we get like a Kid Goku from Dragon Ball that isn't like, you know, the Demon King Piccolo fight Kid Goku, and people usually are not very happy about it, right? So I don't think it could be Tao. Like, I really think it could be, because they have been doing buffs to the Dragon Ball saga this year, with Path to Power Kid Goku's EZA, with Dokkan Festival exclusive Kid Goku, with the Chi-Chi that we got. Last year we saw Roshi, right? Bunny Balma. There's probably some more that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. We've got some EZAs recently with the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo character that we got, right? So very solid options from the Dragon Ball team. But again, I would prefer it to not be this, because I just don't think people would be that excited about it, right? But this is what we have for another option. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which I think is going to get people a little bit more excited. And the quality of this image isn't going to be great here, but you are going to be getting the focal point of it for what we're looking for, and that is this right here, and specifically the position of the pole, right? Where we have this right here, it's in the ground. It looks like it's stuck in the ground. And if we look at the teaser, it's stuck in the ground. So very nice catch here. This looks potentially like something we could be seeing, right? Where there's a pole in the ground and we have Goku versus Goma, right? I think that a Super Saiyan 3, and this looks to be mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku here, right? So the evidence of the power pole here still has, you can kind of see it on my cursor. Can I zoom in a little bit? Yeah, it's not easy to tell, but he still has his gi on. And if you guys remember, especially when he goes to Adult Super Saiyan 3, you know, there is that sequence where he takes the shirt off, right? So that is something that you have to remember when it comes to looking at this. Now, this would be, I think this would be the most interesting pick, because again, this would make it tricky for players to not summon, right? Super Saiyan 3 Goku is obviously one of the more exciting characters that this franchise has to offer, and I'm sure a lot of people would be excited for this, and potentially that does open up room for, it's like, do they sneak Super Saiyan 4 mini Goku in here, right? Because the way I see it, really, I think that they could make Goku from this fight in specific into like 4 characters if we're just covering Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4. Where we could do the mini versions of both and then the adult versions of both, right? Getting the one more bonus, sort of its own character. But the issue, I think, with Super Saiyan 3 Adult Goku, I don't recall if he does attacks, right? Isn't he just doing like the transformation sequence with that? But either way, maybe it would be 3 characters where we get 3 Goku mini, 4 Goku mini, and then 4 adult for DAIMA Goku. But again, I think it could be interesting. But this character here would appear to be Super Saiyan 3 mini Goku, and this would line up very well with what we've already gotten in the game with mini Vegeta, or Vegeta mini, whatever you want to call him, getting his recognition from earlier, right, when he had the Dokkan Fest in March. So I think that this definitely could work out very well. I would prefer they go DAIMA, because it's like, the issue with DAIMA is it's like always going to be the elephant in the room with releases until we've gotten everything, right? Because we saw the same thing with Superhero, where it was just kind of like with every major release, it's like, okay, cool, where's Beast Gohan? Okay, cool, where's Beast Gohan, right? We got to Worldwide Download Celebration, we did Vegito Blue and Zamasu, it's like, okay, cool, where's Beast Gohan, right? We did the anniversary, okay, cool, where's Beast Gohan? Because we already got faked out on the Ultimate Gohan release during New Year's of 2022 into 2023. That was kind of a bit of a troll job from them. And then eventually, like finally, we got to Beast Gohan in 2024, and he was very good. And I could easily see that being the case here with DAIMA, where they were waiting for the dubbing to finish for the English dub. That would kind of be like my guess on why we have to wait so long to see this. But you never know. Now, that's really sort of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and this is, again, a lot of community theory here, but a lot of the predictions that I saw, this is kind of stuff that I would agree with, and a little bit of evidence to back it up, right? So, Coup potentially with Do, and it's just because of this right here. With the stick, we've got the pole that Mercenary Tao uses to transport his vehicle, if you will, and then DAIMA Goku versus Goma here. So, A lot of good options for this Dokkan Fest, but I want to know down below what you guys think. Who do you think that the Dokkan Fest will be based off these predictions? What theories do you have? Please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. Now, just to close this one out before I let you go, I believe that this banner, unless this is like the best unit in the game by a country mile, this is definitely going to be an easy skip. The Global Dokkan campaign is only about a month away or so you have to start prioritizing your stones for that, because that is going to be 2 major Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs. It is an anniversary level campaign, so you definitely want to focus on that. But again, let me know down below who you guys think this Dokkan Fest is going to be, and if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like before you go, and subscribe for your news, that way you don't miss out on any Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.